Not over yet. We have brand new development.
The story of a doctor who claimed he was treating the king. Get ready to hear some rather interesting voicemail messages.
And Elvis Presley was still alive and that he was treating the king. He published a book and promised Elvis would step forward, but that never happened.
You know, some people are still asking questions. Whatever happened to that doctor? Whatever happened to Jesse's DNA? The fingerprints? Tonight, Fox 8 News reporter Suzanne Strafford has the surprising update.
It started with a book. Kansas City medical doctor and certified psychiatrist Dr. Donald Hinton co-authored The Truth About Elvis Aaron Presley in his own words. His patient claimed he was Elvis, said he faked his death for health reasons, and went by the name of Elvis's deceased twin brother, Jesse Presley.
I would testify it in a court of law. It is the absolute truth.
In the book, Jesse thanked Dr. Hinton for all the help keeping him healthy.
As he grew older and developed arthritis from his grueling performance stints and all of these other things, he really struggles with pain.
But how that pain was managed landed Dr. Hinton in trouble with the Drug Enforcement Administration and Missouri State Board of Healing Arts.
It's been very stressful.
Dr. Hinton prescribed large amounts of the painkiller hydrocodone to his patients. 34,000 pills from 1997 to 2000. That's 5 times the recommended dosage. Dr. Hinton surrendered his ability to prescribe medication and was given 5 years probation.
Everybody is in a hurry to discredit this doctor, myself, and his friends as being crazy, which I'm not, being on drugs, which I'm not.
After we first met Dr. Hinton, Jesse reached out to me by phone. Here's one of many very strange messages.
We agreed to travel anywhere in the world to meet with Jesse so he could substantiate these extraordinary claims. It hasn't happened yet. He says the people paid to take care of him won't let him come out.
But we did meet with St. Louis businessman Bill Beanie. Beanie has what's thought to be the only authentic Elvis DNA. He got it from a Memphis doctor.
He has a large clinic in Memphis. He's under the shadow of Graceland, and he didn't want any controversy that involved him.
Medical records and tissue samples taken by pathologist Dr. Harold Sexton were sent to a lab.
To protect himself, Dr. Sexton kept copies of everything he did.
A 1975 liver biopsy was compared to an autopsy tissue sample.
So I said, how do we know these are Elvis samples? The doctor went to the medical records, which have the heading of the Baptist Hospital on them, and there they referred to these slides.
Elvis's DNA from the biopsy did not match the tissue sample from his autopsy. Beanie and the doctor arrived at a startling conclusion.
I can't argue with science. Elvis was not in the casket.
Beanie's friends formed the Presley Commission. They took their evidence to Memphis and tried to get the case reopened. Both the local police and Tennessee Attorney General's office refused. Lisa Marie also respectfully refused our request for DNA. And a spokesperson from Elvis Presley Enterprises writes, "The book is so completely ridiculous that we will not dignify it with participation in your story. But thank you for offering us the opportunity."
If Elvis is out there and had reasons for doing what he did, then that truth should be known. If it was a fact that Elvis Presley died, then that truth should be known.
The Missouri Attorney General's office is investigating. In their files, a report by an international graphologist. Graphology is used in Europe and the FBI, but not everywhere. Still, in the AG's report, she found Jesse's handwriting is consistent with Elvis.
The same person wrote everything I have seen.
It was not his prints.
Latent print examiner Dennis Knuckles processed dozens of Jesse's letters.
If I get a matching fingerprint, usually the handwriting matches and everything else matches. So something strange is going on in this case.
Although there's no investigation in Memphis, there is a fraud and forgery investigation underway. Dr. Hinton's fully cooperating. The gifts he received from Jesse, alleged to be Elvis's, like cufflinks from Anne Margaret, a gold tooth, and pajamas from Muhammad Ali, are now evidence. Dr. Hinton passed our lie detector test and passed a recently administered psychological exam. He's still a practicing physician, trying to get his life and his reputation back on track.
There are people trying a lot of different things to discredit me.
Because of the ongoing investigations, Hinton could not participate in this story, but he did send me this email. It says, "I treated a real live person for almost 6 years. He is the man pictured in the book. I treated Jesse to the best of my ability under extremely unusual circumstances, but I have paid an unimaginable price for doing so."
We, too, try to get authorities in Memphis to investigate because you do have that DNA that doesn't seem to match or doesn't match. As for Dr. Hinton, he is taking courses to regain his ability to prescribe medication. And as for Jesse, well, we are working on that, too. But Tim and Wilma, so many people say, why do this? Why work on it? If we could prove he was dead as well as prove he's alive, that'd be great. But Memphis has all the documents sealed. You can't get a copy of the death certificate, the autopsy report. They've sealed those records for some reason.
Yeah, and Dr. Hinton obviously believes what he's saying because he put his whole career on the line.
Absolutely. He's passed test after test, so he does believe it. But what is he believing? Who is this person? That's what we want to know, and that's what we're going to continue looking for. We want Jesse. We want to talk to him.
All right. Thank you,
Thanks,
Suzanne.
A local bridal shop pledges to give